Hello everyone and welcome to our I Pick My Butt video. We're playing more Archero today and we're going to be talking about the best spellbook in the game. Now starting off, people were quick to jump on the Enlightenment one for the extra abilities, but it seems like people have been making quite a shift towards the Art of Combat book itself. So we're going to be going through both of them today and deciding which spellbook is the best in the game. But another cool thing got added today. You see here the spellbook box. Be careful though, they are going to go up in cost for everyone that you purchase, up to 10 of them there, and you can see the stuff we get out of them. So going through each rarity of these spellbooks for Enlightenment and Art of Combat, here's a breakdown of them right here. When we get both of these books at their lowest rarity, they're both going to come with max hit points that are going to scale with an increase in level. Now the Book of Enlightenment is going to get power speed, and the Art of Combat is going to get attack, and those will also scale with level. But keep in mind that both the power speed and the attack are only going to trigger when we actually use the ultimate for these spellbooks. Now as far as power speed, people are saying that's actually what is filling up the meter to actually ult the spellbook. And where the numbers look great for power speed on the Book of Enlightenment at 109%, well, that is at level 80, number 1. And number 2, the Enlightenment doesn't really seem to ult as frequently as the Art of Combat. I did play chapter 13 through, and yes, mine is only at a great right now, but it did take me about 14 rooms before I actually did ult. Now the Art of Combat, it was actually ulting for me about every room or every 2 rooms. Eventually, as people do get these things upgraded, they are finding that the Art of Combat is actually ulting about every room, sometimes even twice depending on how things go. Also keep in mind that when you do ult, it is only going to last for about a second or 2. So if you look back at Enlightenment, when we do get that to great and rare, we do gain some resistances that are going to hold the whole time. Now once you get to ALE, max hit point plus 7%, that really doesn't seem that good. I would love to have something else for an ALE type setup. It sounds great on the Art of Combat though at a 15% crit chance. So the big thing people like about Enlightenment is that multi-skill at Epic, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it's great too. This is a wonderful thing to use on Endless mode, and obviously people have seen the hacks, the glitches. If you haven't seen it, there's still one that's kind of going on, but like I said, that's a big reason that people are using it. Although a lot of people complain of it not being consistent. But like everybody knows, this game can be heavily RNG based. If you do land that right one with a perfect combination of all your abilities, it pretty much is a guaranteed win of that chapter that you've been struggling on. Now back to the Art of Combat, people are saying this is an actual great one to use on wave boards and on chapters themselves too. And both of these being great ones, this is my personal recommendation to you. Up to this point, I have been a huge fan of the Book of Enlightenment, and I'm loving getting these extra multi-skills. And this is a book I am still going to continue to use for Endless mode. But as soon as I get my Art of Combat up to at least a rare, I'm going to be switching over. The consistency, how often you are actually able to ult, and all the numbers I'm seeing on here, it just makes sense to use it. And people are posting the results online, and it really does make sense. But like I said, this is my opinion. It's the same thing, Staff and Spear, Vest of Dexterity or Phantom Cloak, Death Scythe, or even Tornado. Everybody has their own thoughts on it. This is just my opinion, but based on what I'm seeing, Art of Combat is the way to go. So let me know in the comments below which book you are currently running if you agree with this. I'd really like to know which book you think is the best and if you are going to switch over this Art of Combat. But otherwise guys, this is it. I'm saying Art of Combat is the best. Like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.